am Joel Graham and I play bass.
I'm Adam and I'm the rhythm guitarist.
I'm Ben Carter and I'm the drummer for a band called Evile.
With Evile.
For Evile.
My name is Paul Drake and I am the singer and guitarist in Evile. I felt we'd made an impact when we were on tour with Megadeth. I think it was the London Brixton Academy gig. I remember looking over and seeing Mike being really happy because that's where he saw Dimebag play, and I just felt like, oh wow, we're actually in Brixton Academy playing to really lots of people, and Megadeth are on after us, and it's just insane. I think that's when I went like, oh, we're a thing. We're doing something. My biggest inspiration was definitely Jeff Waters' Annihilator on the guitar. That's who made me sit down and really spend time on it. But Metallica, you know, Kirk Hammett and James Hetfield really made me think, I want to do that. I want to get on the stage and do music. I knew Matt from being in the same house. I knew Ben from school. He was like the older friend of Matt's. And Mike was just fucking cool, and Joel's cool. Adam's nice and relaxed and chilled. Everyone's just cool. There's no dickheads in Evile. They wouldn't be in the band if they were dickheads. They just wouldn't get on with them. I need to write music. If I'm not writing music, I feel like I need to write it. So I'm just always, I guess music is inspiring me to do music, if that makes sense. More music, hopefully more touring. We're older now, we have jobs and families, and we need to pay for things, and jobs don't let you leave for 6 months at a time, really. So, you know, writing albums, just getting out as much as we can, and yeah, just the expected things from a metal band, really. My favourite gig story, I think it's when Megadeth actually stormed the stage when we were playing Enter the Grave at the last gig. Sean Drover dressed up as an alien with a lightsaber, and it was just weird. And then looking over and seeing Dave Mustaine wetting himself. Favorite memory from a tour? There's too many. Yeah, there's way too many. A PG one would be Ben breaking Gary Holt's foot. Well, almost breaking Gary Holt's foot. We got out of the bus, and everyone was hungry, everyone wanted to go to the toilet, and Ben and Gary just ended up in this race to the door to the services. Ben got there first, swung the door up and smacked into Gary Holt's leg, and it was just the funniest thing. It's funny because he's okay. If it wasn't okay, it wouldn't be funny. Well, maybe a bit. I like being able to play music to people. That's the main reason I enjoy doing it. Playing the songs and seeing people enjoying the songs back. I just love doing that. It's a feeling like no other, I think. Maybe. I'd just like to get Evile to a point where we can healthily travel, make it financially viable to be out on the road and come back and not have lost money like so many times before. Yeah, just get Evile at a healthy level to do festivals and gigs and just go from there. Hard work, practice, put everything into it, and maybe you might be in a band that'll be around for 20 years that one person remembers. Gig, 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 gig. If people always ask me, how do you get signed by a label? You need to show a label that you don't need a label. You can do everything yourself, merch, backdrops, blah, 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 blah. They'll be like, wow, they know their shit. Not some shit band who play one gig every 8 months. The early days were cool. It was weird, like, because I don't think any of us had obviously done it before, and like traveling, you know, Dad driving us, and like, you know, calling to like, Dad, could you get, oh no, everyone knows it's my dad. But yeah, our dad really helped us. Our dad Tony drove us around a lot, and he had amps and stuff and really helped us. Even the drum kit was his. It was terrifying at first because I didn't know what I was doing. When I had to do the demo vocals, the guides and stuff, I was just shouting, so there was blood, like I could taste blood, and I was like, that's not good. So I did it wrong for ages. I got in touch with Melissa Cross, and she helped me out a lot. And I'm still learning now, but I feel a lot more comfortable. I can gig without it hurting anymore, and it's weird. It's weird having played so long with Matt being the singer, and then not, and then me moving to the middle. But it's fun. I enjoy it. It's cool. It's like a different vibe now, especially with Adam in the band. It's cool. Yeah. I fully acknowledge how difficult it is being a singer, and all the times that Matt never wanted to have a drink or do something after a gig, I'd be like, why? It was awesome working with Fleming at Sweet Silence Studios. I remember we would be doing rhythm tracks, and Matt probably remembers, if we messed up the rhythm tracks, he'd be like, James Hetfield wouldn't have done that.
Oh,
He'd be
I
like,
did, yeah.
cheers, thanks. But yeah, it was cool. A lot of hard work, and like Matt said, we learned a lot. It was a big jump for the first time being in the proper studio to go to that studio, but I think it was worth it because it was like a thrown in the deep end, so it was good. Really good. I use Spotify. It's really good for getting music out there. When you're driving, it's the best way to have music on in the car because no one has CD things anymore. My car doesn't have a CD player, I don't think. But yeah, other than that, I just think it's not fair to artists. It was very cool. We worked in Andy Sneap's studio with Chris, and it was very cool. We were really prepared because we had a long time to prepare the songs, and COVID kind of helped in a weird way. So yeah, it was good. Recording in lockdown was weird though, because not all of us could be there the whole time. Me and Ben were mostly always there, and everyone was in between, but yeah, it was very cool. Chris is a great producer, a great guy. My favourite memory of Mike is probably, it's an ongoing thing that was happening. Whenever he got drunk, he'd become Scouse, and he'd just talk Scouse, like Liverpool accent for no reason. He wasn't even from Liverpool or anything, no idea. But yeah, lots of drunken buffoonery. We end our set with Bing Crosby's Home on the Range, because whenever he was drunk, he'd just go, oh, on the range. And I just always think of that, and it's just, yeah, really cool guy. Miss him. Yeah, the support's been amazing, thank you so much, and we'll continue to do it, and if you like it, yeah, if you don't, my name is Paul Drake, and I am the singer and guitarist.
I'm Adam, and I'm the rhythm guitarist
I'm Ben Carter, and I'm the drummer for a band called Evile.
in Evile.
for Evile.
I am Joel Graham and I play bass with Evile. When I first saw Evile, it was at an era Christmas party. 2007 was it, at Junction 7. And I'd heard stuff recorded, End of the Gravy album. But when I actually saw that gig, I was like, yes, I finally get it. This is a great thrash band, and they're awesome.
And how about when you were with the band? Anything that made you think?
Yes, same as like just getting to play with them. I realised how tight they were as a band, how much work had gone into it, over the years before I joined. So it was just great to be a part of. When I started playing, it was just to play bass in a rock metal band. Grew up loving Anthrax, Metallica, things like that, and to play thrash metal, just a great opportunity to do it with Evile. Cool. It was a difficult time when I joined, obviously, with everything that had gone on with Mike, and I tried to make it as easy as I could to fit in and not put any pressure on in any way. And they were just welcoming me with open arms, they really were cool to me. and continue to be to this day. You know, made some great friendships within that band, but it must have been hard for them when I joined. To keep going, I think because Evile have got 20 years under the belt, we've got a really strong back catalogue. We've got a great support from all over the world, and just keep it going. You know, there's not many bands that last 20 years, so it'd be nice to get 30, 40 under his belt as well. You know, and just keep at it really. More music, more good music, good honest music. That's no gimmicks. We do what we do it well, and more of the same. Thrash, not thrash, whatever we decide to do. Possibly playing Nokia Theatre in Times Square in New York. Just standing out on that stage and just seeing a full crowd were absolutely awesome. There's been many festivals, Woodstock, Download, Sonosphere, but I remember just thinking, because we were in New York, it would be special. Probably the American tour in general, just going around the country 3 or 4 times, was something. It was a dream come true. Getting to see places, getting to go places, go to iconic places. So yeah, the whole US tour was outstanding. The ability to go different places, you know, the fact that you get a plane ticket and go to Taiwan, go to America, go to Germany. You know, it's a great way of seeing the world. Driving Evile forward, you know, continuing. You know, getting stronger. Hopefully, that's always an accomplishment. It's always a goal. You know, just and exposing more people to it. There's a younger generation out there, which we've seen recently, are getting into this kind of music, and it's good to see sort of like people under 20 getting into thrash. It's like it will never die. Just keep it going. The longevity, you know, going for 20 years is a massive achievement. You know, for anybody, you know, in a job or in any kind of walk of life. But for a band to go for 20 years, that's a massive accomplishment. Enjoy it. Even shit times, just turn them on their head and get something positive out of it. You know, if you want to, if you like music, if you like playing in front of people, just do it and have fun doing it. It was great. It was first album. I felt we went in 100% organised, knowing what we were doing. So yeah, it just felt organised. We did our own work and we went in and thrashed it out. Yeah, before I met Mike, I was in a band called Rise to Addiction, and we kind of used to drink in the same pub. And we got signed to a Belgian label, and I remember Mike telling me that they'd signed to Earache, and we always used to have this like ongoing, oh well, my band's doing this, and we're going on tour with Trouble. And then he'd go, well, we're going on tour with Megadeth. I was like, bastard. So every time I see him, we'd always try and outdo each other, but he always won. Thank you very much for sticking by us. Hope you'll continue to stick with us. There's plenty more stuff to come. Plenty more Evile to be exposed to you. Evile.
Violence and chaos in the realm of the beast. Hell is unleashed.
I am Joel Graham and I play bass.
My name is Paul Drake, and I am the singer and guitarist.
I'm Adam, and I'm the rhythm guitarist.
I'm Ben Carter, and I'm the drummer for a band called Evile.
In Evile.
With Evile.
But Evile.
I would say we made an impact when magazines started noticing us, and at the end of a particularly hefty run of gigs, we played Bloodstock Festival, and Earache Records were there, and they decided to take a liking to us. So it wasn't too long till we got an email a few days later after the gig, and we got offered a record contract. So that was, I think, when we made the biggest impact. Probably Lars Ulrich, Metallica. I mean, I listened to loads of different bands growing up, as did my parents, so the house was always full of music, but getting up in the morning going to school, there was always this top 5 video rundown on MTV at the time, and the number 1 video at the time was Metallica's One. And I remember seeing Lars's massive white double kick kit, and I just thought, that's what I want to do when I'm older. well, Matt and all, I already impressions of anyway because I was at school with them for a number of years. And then when we were just coming out of the phase of being just, you know, jamming ideas and stuff like that, and we decided to put a Metallica tribute band together, we were looking for a bassist. So we advertised and Mike showed up, and first impressions were, this guy's hilarious, I love him to bits already. Really infectious dude, and he was just a great fit for the band. And he just made me laugh straight away, and that's when I knew it was a perfect fit. That was my first impressions of Mike. Musically, I don't know. There's quite a lot of young up-and-coming bands. I think Tortured Demon are incredible, and Joe, who plays for them guys, is absolutely amazing to watch as a drummer. Eloy Casagrande, absolute savage behind the kit. I could watch him all day long. Just people who play with aggression and passion. I like clinicians and I like the cleanliness in which they play, but I think very much like me, just smack them and leave it all on stage. I like drummers that play like that. Heavy, dirty riffs. Every gig story. There's too many. there is actually too many. I think playing the Golden Gods Awards was brilliant. We were on some great bands that night, and we didn't know we were up for an award ourselves. And that was just a really, really good memory. That was probably one of the best gigs we've done, as was Download when we played Download. Just getting to play those kind of iconic venues and stages and stuff like that, that means a lot for us. It's kind of bittersweet really. It was the night before Mike passed away. We had an actual wrestling match backstage at a gig, and I elbow dropped him from the top of a ladder through a table, and there's photographic evidence of it. That's probably one of the best memories. The other ones are just playing stuff like Bloodstock and just looking out and seeing like masses of people singing along to us songs that we've written. That only ever feels good. The laugh, I'll never forget his laugh. Stupid smiley face. Always, always, always had a smile on his face. So yeah, that's my memories of Mike. Freedom to travel, as and when we can. Obviously, you know, COVID restrictions put paid to that a little bit, but travelling, meeting new people, seeing things that you wouldn't necessarily see. You do see a lot from inside a van while you're travelling, but getting a chance to spend time in like different countries, different cities, meeting fans all over the world, that's a massive, massive plus. In terms of accomplishments, it'd be nice to get out with another big band and do a tour like we did maybe 2007, 2008 with Megadeth and Exodus, bands like that. I think we just need to keep the name of the band alive and tour. Just get back to touring and going further afield and headline tours, that kind of stuff. Just keep the band visible. Overcoming adversity. I think we've had a lot of ups and downs. We've had a lot of like obstacles put in our path that we've always had to overcome. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. So the fact that we're still here making music, 5 albums in, working on album 6, is kind of testament to the gritty nature of what we do. Work hard, gig, and more gig. Hard work, really hard work. I mean, think back to doing gigs every weekend all over the country, very minimum budget, very minimum kind of food, drink, all that kind of stuff. Turning up with 13 bands on a bill, like somewhere like Plymouth or Norfolk or Norwich or whatever. Just real hard work, but the grind kind of pays off. Double-edged sword. It gets your media out to loads of fans, people can listen to your music, and that's all over the world instantly. Downside is the remuneration that the artists receive, and it's a pittance and it's disgusting. We need to be paid fairly for the music, and there's too much money in other people's pockets when it should be in the artists' pockets. Thank you for supporting the band for 20 years. It's incredible. Stick with us, we've got something awesome coming for album 6.
Violence and chaos in the realm of the beast. Hell is unleashed.
I am Joel Graham and I play bass.
My name is Paul Drake, and I am the singer and guitarist
I'm Ben Carter, and I'm the drummer for a band called Evile.
in Evile.
With Evile.
I'm Adam, and I'm the rhythm guitarist for Evile. I think the main big four bands, James Hetfield, Dave Mustaine, Slipknot when I was younger, and then eventually Evile and the newer thrash bands. Cool and bit weird. Yeah, they like just very weird jokes. I don't understand. No, I really look up to All, and you know, a really big inspiration to me. He's so good. All is great. Heavy riffs, cool solos, rocking thrash. You know what I mean? There's lots of just. I think the main one is like walking out to a Bloodstock in front of that many people and just being like, whoa, that's a lot of people. So yeah, probably that, and like and traveling. Yeah, it's all good, really. Probably just traveling and going to different places, and each day playing a gig, and then the next playing a gig. Like the whole like structure of a tour, like I've never done like that ever for that long. So I guess that just relax a bit more, calm down, but also put in a lot of work and network and try to weasel your way into different like just network basically, you know, just work. Don't like if you're too scared to do like talk to someone or do something, do it. Just talk to them, because most of the time they're all right. So yeah, pretty surreal. You know, I think as a fan, you think like, wow, Evile, amazing, and then when you're in the band, it's still amazing, but you get to see the other side behind everything that you see the main like tip of the iceberg, but you get to see everything else behind. So it's cool. There's a lot of artists who can have their music out there. It means there's a lot of digging to find bands that you like. So it's good, but you've got to look harder for really good bands. Really cool. Yeah, it was like I spoke like really cool. Just really efficient and yeah, just good. Like I'd never seen a studio like that before, and like seeing like a wall of amps to choose from, and just be like, you know, fucking this is how it's done. You know, professional, proper professional. So yeah, loved it. Unfortunately not. I got into Evile when I was like 11, which was in like 2011, and that was like during like 5/7's Teeth tour. That was like around the time I started listening to Evile. So I never met Mike, unfortunately. I would have loved to though. I always had everyone's signatures apart from Mike's. Sad. Yeah. Thank you all for the support and welcoming me into the band, and I hope that I do Evile justice, and yeah.
Violence and chaos in the realm of the beast. Hell is unleashed.
Hello. I am Matt Riley Drake. I work in children's services. I am the ex-frontman of Evile. Several different stages actually. The first biggest impact was probably playing Bloodstock. First time I played Bloodstock, I'd probably say 2006 or 2008. I can't remember. And that's where Eric picked us up from. So that felt quite like a big stepping stone. And after that, probably the next one I can think of is probably playing with Megadeth. And it was, I think, either Manchester or Norwich, and somebody came up to me and just said that no offence to Megadeth, I like Megadeth, but somebody came up to me and said, this is their opinion, and they said, you were better than Megadeth. We all came to see Megadeth, but we ended up coming away loving you guys the most, and that felt like a big moment for me. And after that, getting to go to America, it's been several stages, I'd say, of impact. That all felt really good. My biggest inspiration, the obvious one would be James Hetfield. As I learned to play guitar by playing Metallica. Singing wise, James Hetfield again, and Freddie Mercury. Mariah Carey. First impressions of the band members. I've known all since we were very small. My impression of all will never change, or I won't say it here. I've known Ben since we were 12. I don't know how to answer that really, because I've known everyone so long that it's hard to give a first impression. I guess bringing Mike into it, first impression of Mike was he was just this awesome older dude. He always felt like a dad. So I love Mike, loved him from the very start, and same with Joel. Just these people come into your life and you feel like they fit in straight away. Yeah, no complaints about anybody. I have no idea. There's been so many gigs that they've all blurred into one huge gig. I remember the Spinal Tap thing playing Birmingham with Megadeth where we got lost, walking through washing that was hanging up on lines, walking into washing machines, get lost backstage. Hello Cleveland, all that, I remember that. So many, honestly I can't remember. There's been so many gigs, I can't remember, sorry. All of America and Canada, 2010, all of it. So many things happened on that tour that were amazing. I couldn't pick anything out. Even things like doing 24-hour drives, going to Tim Hortons, teaching people to speak rude English words that they'd never heard before. Great. Waking up in the van one morning, it snowed overnight, turning the headlights on and just seeing 12 deer in front of us. Things like that, going to see the Grand Canyon. Meeting loads of awesome people, get pulled over by the police, tyres exploding. So many, all of American Canada. It was the best time. The best. One massive accident, I think. It started with, I played Metallica songs. I would play guitar, I'd play Metallica. Ben learned to play drums, I'd play Metallica. We got together at school, started jamming. All started playing guitar and got really good really fast. And he came in and just started playing the solos effortlessly. We figured we need a bass player. And we found Mike. And we started playing Metallica covers as a Metallica cover band called Metal Militia. It was great, it was a good laugh. And we worked really, really hard. And then started playing our own songs. And they went down as well as the Metallica songs. So we started to do more. And all of a sudden we got rid of the Metallica songs, became Evile, and off we go. It's great. Great. Really hard working. We did a lot of travelling to a lot of shows. Like we'd jump in the car, pack everything. We'd have guitar cases on our knees. So many bands do this. It's very a lot of familiarity there for people who do that kind of thing. Every band does it. Guitars on knees. You jump in the car with your dad, and you drive 3 million miles to go to Aberdeen on Christmas Eve. You do that, play those kind of gigs, and we did that for years. We just played every gig that was offered us. We just played it. We jumped in the car. We did it. We worked really hard. We got really good. I think we got really good at playing live, and it helped teach us how to be on stage when we came out doing our own stuff. yeah, hard working was what I'd probably say. The best. He was great. What a lovely guy. We lived in Copenhagen for a month. We slept in the studio. We recycled a lot of cans, I remember. I ate a lot of stroopwafels. And it was quite a hard lesson to learn, I think, for a lot of us, because we'd never recorded properly before, like in a proper studio. I mean, we recorded our demos with Alan Smith. It was all kind of laid back, and we just did what we could, but in a proper studio with the guy who recorded Metallica's best albums, it's quite a step up. And we had to step up, and sometimes we didn't. I remember many times when I just could not play my own riffs. The flagman would shout at me. But it was great getting to use the same gear that they recorded the Welcome Home clean guitar sounds with to use our clean sounds for. It was amazing. Using the same vocal mics that James used for Master of Puppets to use on our stuff was mind-blowing. From a Metallica kid, it was fantastic. The best experience. And the album turned out really well. And it did really well for us. Yeah, fantastic. Now, well, since I quit being in a band, your obvious ones like Metallica, Sepultura, Slayer, Entombed, Death, Opeth, Mastodon, Queen. It kind of, for me, it changed with the writing for each album. Into the Grave, doing like, when we were writing all that kind of stuff, I was just listening to Metallica and Slayer. The songs, the bits that I wrote, that comes through. When we got to doing Infected Nations, I was listening to a lot of different stuff, like Mastodon and stuff like that, and that came through in the stuff I was writing as well. Yeah, it always changed. I'm always listening to new things, so it changes quite a lot. Worthy. It was worth the time doing it. What, it was 20 years? I don't know. For music, I don't use them, so that's my opinion. I think they're a decent platform for bands to get listened to, but they're not a good platform for earning from all the time and effort you put into it. Oh, you wearing that dress? Oh, too many. Oh God. There's too many. I don't know. Probably not a single one. Probably more an amalgamation of. I mentioned earlier, but because he was older than us, I always felt like a small kid around Mike. You always seemed more worldly and experiencing everything. I always felt like whenever I spoke around him, he'd just be shut kid. So I was just a kid, just being silly. I don't know. Just the fact that he felt like someone to aspire to be like. That's what I remember of him. I looked up to him. Just thank you for listening. Thank you for coming to the gigs while I was playing in the band. Thank you for singing along the words. And just thank you for being supportive. I really enjoyed my time